All right, YouTube, thank you for coming in this morning, February 11th, 2022. Gonna try to keep this one short and sweet for you. Major news coming out for Ripple partnering up with the digital euro. We have some headlines to cover at the end of this, talking about the world stage, but we're gonna cover it all, right? Cryptocurrency, current events, tying it together so that we can prepare ourselves for the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. By the way, if you didn't make it into the Discord last night for our real estate deep dive, it is recorded. It is in there for our members, so if you want to catch that, head on into the Discord, link in the description, or head to zachrector.com. We just surpassed 23,000 subscribers on YouTube, so I want to thank everyone here. The support's been amazing. We're going to continue to hit it hard. At the time of this recording, the market is continuing down. Okay, XRP back below 80 cents, Bitcoin back at 42.5, and we're seeing ETH drop below 3,000. So market's continuing to slide down. I'm going to cover some of that price action here at the end. But for now, let's get into this. So we have a major partnership announced by the Digital Euro Association. They're going to partner up with Ripple, and they're going to be working on their central bank digital currency. So Jonas Gross, the chairman of the Digital Euro Association, says, "We are thrilled that due to the partnership with Ripple, we can extend the technological expertise of the DEA community. As more and more central bank digital currency projects worldwide reach advanced stages, technological design of a CBDC will play a key role for policymakers in the near future. While previous years focused primarily on research, time for action. These guys love to sit around the tables and do research, okay? They are taking action, making moves, and it is finally our time. We have positioned ourselves accordingly for this moment. For the past 3 years that I've been holding XRP and watching Ripple, the news just keeps getting better and better. It's like every week we would get bullish news. Nearly every other day we'd get a new partnership, a new team member coming on to Ripple. We just continue to get good news coming out for Ripple. And of course, the price does nothing. The price goes down. Price stays sideways, and we get bored, right? We get frustrated. But the news, the partnerships, guys, look at the caliber of team members that we continue to get, and look at the caliber of partnerships that we continue to lock down. It's only getting better, right? So for 3-4 years now, I've been watching this thing, and it just continues to get better and better each day, each week, each month, and the price stays sideways. But that just gives us time to accumulate. So if you haven't packed your bags, not financial advice, but I hold a few XRP myself for this exact reason. Now, James Wallace, VP of Central Bank Engagements from Ripple, says, "We are excited to join the Digital Euro Association as a supporting partner to further develop our work in the central bank digital currency area. The DEA is working across Europe and global markets to drive the development and growth of CBDCs, and specifically the digital euro. Ripple has invested significantly in the central bank digital currency world, with a team around 40 people globally helping develop and deliver solutions for central bank digital currencies and stablecoins. We look forward to working with the DEA to further our work on central bank digital currencies over the next few months." Do you understand what is happening? With a team of around 40 people globally. Now, I just put out a TikTok this morning and I said, guys, 90% of the crypto space can't even get the central banks to pick up the phone, let alone having discussions with 50 central banks like Ripple is, let alone having, what do we have, three countries that are piloting their central bank digital currency on the XRP ledger right now. You have central bank at Bhutan, Palau, and then I don't know, we got a couple others as well, but you got the Digital Pound Foundation, Digital Euro Foundation, and, the work just continues at Ripple, right? They literally have a whole division here. The central bank engagements is what team James Wallace runs. Okay? Love to see it. Love to see it. Now, continuing on, I wanted to mention this one. Save the date. This is February 24th, coming up later this month. The Digital Pound Foundation is going to be hosting a webinar with Accenture, Quant, Ripple, SDX, and RTGS Global. I don't know who this is. SD Company. So definitely going to be tuning into this one. Another major partnership that Ripple is working with, Digital Pound Foundation. Wanted to show this tweet from Dark Defender. So we have the digital euro, the digital pound, Now we're just waiting on that digital dollar. Now, I don't know if the Federal Reserve is going to actually be working, if the United States is going to be working with Ripple, but it would not surprise me in the slightest. In fact, I do expect that they're at least going to be working with Ripple, and they might as well already be, because Ripple has offices set up in DC, and we know that they've been working with the banks and the regulators since the very beginning. Who else in the cryptocurrency space has an office in DC besides like Circle, the USDC stablecoin, right? So Ripple's already been positioned. Um, yeah, so we're just waiting on that announcement. And Dark Defender says, loading, Riddler's ahead of the time. Now, I want to mention this because this just makes me laugh. This comment down here, oh, mate, I didn't think you were into that Riddler crap. You guys need to just, oh my God. This reminds me of all the comments that I get. They're just so silly. It's like, guys, just have some fun. Lay back a little bit. You guys are so obsessed. So obsessed with all these little nuances, right? It's like everything with the Riddlers, if it hasn't come true, it's still at play. If it hasn't come true, it's still at play, right? So just sit back and chill, okay? Don't get so worked up. Didn't know you were into that Riddler crap. Come on. I saw this tweet. I thought it should be shown here. When XRP FOMO starts and all the ETH holders want to liquidate, please note that 50% of Ethereum market cap would be burned by gas fees. Now, this is hilarious. And it was brought to my attention a few weeks ago that when we saw the overall market cap of the cryptocurrency market reach out to 3 trillion, we had, what did we have? About 11 trillion that was settled on Ethereum last year. So think and understand how big the market cap. The market cap probably would have grown to 5 or 6 trillion easily if we weren't burning all these Ethereum gas fees. Literally, Ethereum gas fees held back the market cap of crypto by a few trillion last year, because there was probably 3 to 5 trillion that was burned in gas fees last year. Now, I know, don't hold me to those numbers, but you guys get the point, right? Literally trillions of dollars burned in gas fees. and so we could have had a market cap at 5 trillion, right? Nearly double the market cap that we did if we weren't spending so much on Ethereum gas fees. It's an absolute joke. Absolute joke. Now, wanted to talk about this. Shout out to Wrath of Kahneman. Okay. He's showing this. This is from James Phelan posting some of the documents coming out in regards to the Ripple versus SEC. You guys have already seen this start to get shared around, but I did want to share this. So we have Commissioner Roisman, right, who wasn't the head of the SEC, but he's one of the commissioners. I believe there's 5 commissioners at the SEC. This is a meeting that he had with Brad Garlinghouse, and now this is getting released. The SEC is still trying to block the complete notes from this meeting, but this right here, what you're looking at, is the deposition of Brad Garlinghouse. The deposition of Brad Garlinghouse already happened. And so the question is, in these meetings with the commissioners, did any of the commissioners tell you that they did not believe that XRP is a security? Brad says, yes. Who? He says, I recall Commissioner Roisman very specifically saying, I'm sorry you've even had to come here. I think that the confusion about the status of XRP he viewed as not healthy for the market. I recall less about the meeting with Commissioner Pierce. So we literally have Commissioner Roisman telling Brad that he did not view XRP as a security. So a few days ago, when I made the video saying that the Ripple versus SEC case is over, and I had about 24 of you guys in the comments say that that was clickbait, do you get why I said that? When you actually look at what's getting exposed, do you get why I said the case is over? Why I've been saying the case is over for a year? I don't do clickbait headlines, guys. We back up everything here. I don't do O-face freaking screen capture clickbait O-face like the rest of these guys, right? I don't do clickbait, right? Everything we have here is backed up. When I say the case is over, the case is freaking over. We're just waiting for the announcement. So if you're a freaking CNN, Fox News headline reader, and if it doesn't come out from a mainstream headline, well, you're probably not here anyways. But if that's you, good luck and get your game up. And we can help you. Okay, stay tuned in here and understand that we're going to give it to you before it gets announced to the masses. We're going to acquire the assets that are going to run the new financial system before they flip the switch and tell you that, half the world's settling on XRP and the other digital assets that we've been acquiring. Okay, so if you want to wait for the headline, well, this probably ain't the channel for you. If you want to know what's going to happen before they announce it to the masses, well, stay tuned in. Now, continuing on, I wanted to, I'm gonna cover this article later, probably in another video. But this is Jason Foster, and he is the founder and president of that Empower Oversight. So this is the company, the organization that got that Freedom of Information Act in regards to the Hinman 1,000 pages of him and Simpson Thatcher. So he put out this article all about our efforts to pry documents out of the SEC and why it matters. I really just wanted to show this. Huge shout out to Jason and what his organization is doing. This is the great thing about America, is we have such a strong legal base here in America, such a strong legal foundation, and it comes from our Constitution, right? Such an important document that's been held up here now for a couple hundred years, right? That has really just laid the foundation for the rule of law in this country. And we have people like this that are doing the great work to expose the SEC, to expose the overreach of our government, to expose the corruption. So I just want to give a quick shout out to Jason here on Twitter. Great work over there at Empower US. Now, let's get into these headlines real quick. Excuse me. This literally was tweeted out, right before I hopped on here. Ukraine news. Americans in Ukraine should leave the country in the next 24 to 48 hours, the White House says. So this is coming out from the White House today. The stage is set, and they're telling Americans to leave Ukraine in the next 24 to 48 hours. And then we also have them saying that the United States believes Putin has decided to invade Ukraine and expect invasion to begin next week. So be ready for this. Be ready for this, okay? This is one catalyst that could really bring down the markets. Look for a false flag. Look for something to happen over there that could really set things in motion as far as downward pressure for the markets. Now, of course, this is timing up right as we're about to expose the SEC and Ripple's about to win this lawsuit, and we should just be going on an absolute tear and finishing off the alt season. We have this news coming out, but this would match up for a double bottom coming in. So maybe we have some scary news, some scare event that comes out in Ukraine. But I'm waiting. You got to watch the timeline here. I'm waiting for, once the Olympics are over, we're going to watch China. Once the Olympics are over, watch for China to make a move. And then at that same time, that's when I would expect Russia to make a move if they do. I do believe that the West is provoking this completely. Our government trying to accuse Russia of a false flag is an absolute joke. Okay? We're the false flag masters at our CIA, at our FBI. The clowns in action are the absolute masters of false flags. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for where I'm going with this, but you guys know the deal, and I'm going to call it how it is. This is an absolute joke for us to say that we're worried about Russia doing a false flag. Are you kidding me? It's an absolute joke. But we got to understand the narrative, and so that's why we talk about it, right? We got to understand the narrative. We got to understand how they're positioning. What do they want to feed the masses? What do they want to use as a cover for a financial collapse that's right around the corner, right? The inflation numbers just came out, CPI at 7.5%. So inflation's running rampant. Expect something to happen. And we were talking last night in our real estate deep dive And shout out to my boy Johnny. He was saying that he's talking to some of his lenders, some of his lenders in banking and all that, and they're expecting that there could be a rate hike coming soon, like potentially even today, he said, or in the next couple weeks. So we thought that they weren't going to raise interest rates till March, but look for them to move sooner, right? They catch us off guard here. So look out for that. Regardless, everything is lining up right here for the end of this month. February is just going to be just a massive one. And then as we approach the 2-year anniversary of the March 2020 events, expect the world stage. Expect for the new act to be rolled out, for the new players to be rolled out, and for some action to happen. So we're going to be tuned in. I don't want to go too long with this one. I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in today. We'll watch what happens. If they dump it down, we could see XRP. If XRP breaks 50 cents, look out. Look out. That's going to be a very sad day. But be ready for that. We could see Bitcoin going back down to 33K, maybe touching down to about 30K. XRP breaking 50 cents. If it does, it's going to be a touch and go event. So if we do get some scare event, I don't expect us to go quite into the depths of the bear market yet. I expect just something nasty to come through before we start to move back up to the upside relatively quickly. So if it does come, have your limit orders set. Have some money set aside right now, okay? If you aren't prepared right now, you need to be. We talk about, this is running too long, but we talk about cyber attacks. We talk about other just natural events that occur and why we prepare ourselves. Okay, we don't know what's going to happen, right? I'm going to end up ranting too long. So let me wrap this one up. Anyways, bullish news for XRP and Ripple, of course. But on the world stage, we're waiting for them to do whatever they got planned here. So we'll watch it closely. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next one. Take care and God bless.